Folks, in 8 days, the Dogs will be rolling into Atlanta, ready to take on the Oregon Ducks, and we couldn't be happier. This is football season officially. College game will be on your screen tomorrow morning, and the world can spin around again. This is the Baxter Street Boys. I'm your host, Cole Wilcox, joined as always by my host, Jake Gordon, and our producer, Griffin Rudy. We got another jam-packed show as always. We're looking forward to getting into some UGA news, maybe some gambling picks per usual, get the train rolling. And then we're going to break down the top UGA moments of the last couple of decades. Should be a lot of fun. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it.
10, 12, he's running over people. Oh, you hurt the walker.
There he goes in the corner again, and we jump up. Touchdown! Oh, God, a touchdown in the corner.
He just stepped on their face with a hobnail boot and broke their nose. We just crushed their face.
Swift's got running room. Swift by the defense. 40, 30. They won't catch him. Go, Swift, into the end zone. Touchdown! The freshman just ran it back to Philadelphia. 50, 10, 5. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Dogs win it. We're headed to Atlanta. Near sideline, and it's intercepted. Intercepted. Keely Ringo at the 21. Off he goes. 40, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Near sideline. Breaks the tackle. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Georgia.
I know I'm asking a lot, you guys, but hunker it down one more time.
Well, as you on YouTube can see, I'm no longer in the studio that I was in. I'm at a hotel in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So we are going to pray to the ghost of Larry Munson himself that he can talk this Wi-Fi into holding up. Other than that, boys, how we doing?
I'm all right. I was supposed to go get my hair cut this morning, but I'm not walking to the barbershop because it's raining too hard. So I'm happy to be recording though. I'm excited for football, but I'm ready to talk some picks, dude.
Yeah, for sure. It's finally time. You just open up the app and there they all are. And you're like, wow, it's back. It's back. Griff, how you doing down there?
Dude, yeah, I'm good. I got to go to class here in a little bit, but other than that, I only got one class today on Thursday, so that's nice. Starts at 12:45.
At least you're at the most prestigious university in the country.
So. Yeah, there's nowhere better. Other schools will try to tell you different, but
they have tried to tell us different recently on Twitter. Opposing fan bases are starting to find our account on Twitter. If you're not following, it's right there in the corner at Backstreet Boys. Just this morning, I wake up and I got an Auburn fan class shaming me on the video that was posted on Georgia beating Florida, and we rushed the field. All-time moment. Auburn fan quotes and says no class, and I woke up and started laughing. It was like
you literally TP your own campus every time you win a game.
I mean, you literally litter your own campus.
The only time they've been relevant is by two quarterbacks who got arrested from their previous schools. That is the only years they did.
Did you actually say that? Because if not, I'm going to go.
Yeah, I did.
Say that.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
And then he quoted some or commented some article that we've had the most players arrested in the last 6 years, which is nuts, actually. But regardless, it's still Auburn, and they're pretty much well known for the least trash. Bama fans got riled up yesterday too, which is awesome. I'll tell you what I'm sick of. I'm sick of people acting like Eli Ricks is some first-round corner just because he transferred to Bama. He was food at LSU. He's not, even Saban's went on record saying he's not going to start for them. I don't understand why he keeps getting put in these first-team All-Americans. It's driving me nuts.
The stars by his name when he came out of high school, probably.
It's got to be. Like, you have Nick Saban going on the presser telling you, hey, this guy's got a long way to go. And then we got PFF off first-team All-American. Like, come on, dude. He's not going to be that guy.
PFF doesn't know what they're talking about unless it's something that directly supports my narrative. So I don't take them too seriously.
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about the giveaway that we posted on Twitter. It's a giveaway of a custom A2000 red and black. I don't think I brought it with me here, but go on Twitter and check it out if you haven't seen it. It's a sweet glove. It really is. And backstory, we were playing a version of poker my freshman year in college. And it was actually my catcher's, Shane Marshall. It was his glove. He had some debts to pay in poker. And I said, hey, how about you give me that glove and I toss you another 100 and we call it even. And he was like, no, because he had won it at a tournament. He'd won it being the best pitcher in the tournament. It says MVP pitcher on there. And I was like, I got a $100 bill in my wallet right now. And in college, you know how that is. A Chris $100 bill, you're like, all right, yeah, sure. So that's how I got the glove, but it can be yours in some easy steps. One, go retweet the tweet. Two, like and subscribe to the pod and give us a star rating. It doesn't have to be 5-star. You can be unit 69, 69, 69 and tell us how you really feel, which we appreciate. But go do that, and we will announce the winner on next week's show. So we'll give you all a week to get that retweeted. But speaking of, there was a fan of ours that commented.
Welcome in, folks.
And what was that?
I was checking the show to see if anybody left reviews.
I thought my Wi-Fi was wigging out. I was like, dude, this thing just restarted.
It's too early. This is why we don't record at 9 in the morning.
Yeah, we are recording at 9 in the morning, so just disregard everything that it said. But he commented, what player do you think it is? Y'all have any guesses what player y'all think unit 69, 69, 69 is?
Somebody said Trent Fricks, and I'd be really disappointed if somebody from Calhoun did us like that.
Dude, that one, when I saw it, I was like, wait, hold up. I was like, you might be onto something.
Somebody commented this morning, Hudson Mason. I thought that was funny. I thought that was a good one. That dude's a registered hater, like a legit hater.
Yeah, he is.
So I could see it, but it was funny. Regardless, it was hilarious. Any other thing y'all got before we get into some UGA news?
No, I think we're good.
Yeah, just go ahead and hit the like button on YouTube if you haven't done it yet, and subscribe to that. That'd be nice. Yeah. So the first part of the UGA news is the guy whose YouTube channel we are on, Brooks Austin. Most of you guys know. He is hosting a live show in Atlanta before the UGA Oregon game. It's going to be really cool. He posted a link to go sign up, and definitely check that out. He said there's going to be food, going to be a big TV there. If you're not going to the game, just want to hang out at the tailgate, which is one of my favorite things to do. Definitely go check that out. It's probably going to be pretty sick. He knows what he's talking about. So definitely check that out. But let's start the UGA news, and I hate to kick it off with some crap, but Jake, your boy actually. So we'll let you handle this. Your boy Andrew Paul out for the year with a torn ACL. What you got on that?
It just sucks, man. You're really having a really good camp. You never want to see your running backs get hurt. I feel like, Georgia's at least had one almost every year, like with banged up knees, something like that. It sucks. He was going to have to fight for carries this year anyways, because I think Dejon Edwards is going to have a really good year. But, I mean, obviously you want him to be healthy regardless if he's playing or not. But, he's going to have every opportunity next year. Kenny's a senior. Of course, any of those guys could go pro at any minute if they have a good year. And, he'll be back next year, but, yeah, it just sucks. Yeah,
for sure. The good thing is, though, for me, torn ACL is almost becoming like a torn UCL in baseball, where it's just, it's going to happen. It's part of it, part of being an athlete. And the surgery at this point is so structured and so just repped out by these doctors that it doesn't mess up hardly ever. Like, knock on wood, but you go to a good doctor, they know what they're doing. In a year and a half, you're going to be back to full speed. And so wish him the best. And luckily he's going to get trained by Ron Corson and the boys at UGA who constantly have these guys coming back better than ever.
He's obviously out for the year, but I bet if they really, really needed it, it's a little bit later than Pickens was probably July.
Yeah. And the thing about Pickens I haven't heard the details on Andrew Paul, so he could be the same thing, but Pickens was very isolated. It was only the ACL, which is pretty rare. That it's only the ACL that goes. And so his was like best case scenario in terms of that injury happening. So he was able to come back pretty quick.
I'm also not a doctor, like, at all. So
no, me either. I did a lot of research. This was last year, I think, after we lost it was when we were coming up on playing Bama, and I was praying Pickens would come back, and I was just researching the heck out of it. And so that's what I came up with. Next part of the news was the NIL collective that the players announced. I didn't do a whole lot of research on it. I did pretty baseline research, but obviously all the players tweeted out on, I guess it was Tuesday night, that they had some big news being announced in terms of NIL. And the next day it was announced that the players had started an NIL collective where fans can interact. And you hear a lot of people ask all the time, like, well, what can I do? How can I help? Well, this is how you can help. The NIL collective the players have started. You can go on there and personally donate your money, and it's going to be directly to the team. You don't have to worry about it going anywhere else. And I think you have opportunities to interact with the guys, kind of some Q&As, some meet and greets, stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out, because obviously it's going to a good cause. And I see fans in the comments all the time complaining about how Kirby's behind on NIL, which how you know that is beyond me, because I don't. But if you truly believe that, then go do something and be of help. So That's all I got on that. Did y'all see anything else different that I missed on that?
No, I DM'd him on my account. I was like, hey, if y'all want any promotion, we got you.
Yeah, we got you. Got you for sure. Griff, you had some other UGA news you wanted to hit on.
We got some number changes. Arik Gilbert will no longer be wearing number 14. He'll be wearing number 7.
That's kind of sick. He's gonna look huge in 7.
That's good. Yeah.
Marcus Rosemary Jack Saint will no longer be wearing number 81. He'll be wearing the number 1. Sick number. That kind of makes me think he's going to go off. I don't know. No reason at all.
100%.
Wow. And then Jackson Meeks will not be wearing 17. He'll be wearing number 9.
I like it. Going all the single digit numbers. That's kind of the new wave in football. Like back in the day, you never saw receivers wearing single digit numbers. But
I'm gonna be I'll be at the game for Georgia Oregon, and I'll probably be drinking a little bit, and I'll see Jackson out there in 1, and I'm be like, God, Pickens is back already.
Muhammad Massaquoi? He still got eligibility left?
The blog. I can't wait to see the blog numbers. I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah.
It's gonna look so good.
Yeah, the number 1 at receiver is a good legacy to try to fall into at Georgia with Massaquoi.
It's like 7 at LSU.
Yeah, like that's kind of sick. And I'm not a numbers guy at all. I never remember. I'm a name. I can watch somebody play, remember their name, but I cannot tell you their number. I can probably tell you 5 guys' numbers on the team right now. But that is sick. I do love 81 to 1. That automatically boosts Jack Saint to the rotation.
Stock up.
Stock is way up. Way up. All right, we hit on it. Y'all know this is your stop for all gambling picks. We're going to help you out this season. Just follow along. One bad week will turn into a monster week the next week. But we decided to have a little competition amongst ourselves. The punishment is still up for debate. We're looking for like a food challenge around Athens. So if you have any ideas,
none of us are going to well on it. Whatever we come up with, we'll do it.
Oh, we'll do it 100%. Yeah. So if you have
tweet us some ideas if you
put it in
have
YouTube comments. Put it in YouTube something. If you
one.
have an idea, like let us know for a punishment for losing the gambling picks. We're going to keep our record throughout the year. What should the rules be? It should just be like even lines, right? You can't take like a minus 350 money line.
Oh,
yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Just
only like
110 to 120.
Yeah, spread and over under.
Okay, cool. All right, so this first week, how we're going to do it is we're going to take, since there's not many games this weekend, we're going to take 2 season total over-unders, 1 over, 1 under, and then we're going to take 2 picks from the week 0 slate.
Okay, should we all go around and do our overs, and then I'll go around and do our unders?
Yeah. We'll start with the single season over. Griff, start us off, or total season.
All right, well, the first one I took this year, and I'm sticking to it. I really like South Carolina over 6 wins. I feel like they get that easy, and so yeah, that's my one.
South Carolina. What was it at? You said 6?
6, yeah. Minus 130.
Okay. Over 6. I really like the one Jake picked. I'm gonna let him have it. I'm gonna give me West Virginia over 5.5. I think the Big 12 is wide open. Obviously, our boy JC Daniels.
Make a bowl.
Yeah, hopefully he stays healthy. I mean, I got him. I think Pitt's on upset alert on next Thursday. That's always a big game.
Absolutely.
So I like West Virginia over 5.5. It's at minus 115. I think that is one where the boys you know what? I wish West Virginia would have been the team that got added to the SEC over Missouri. West Virginia has a good fan base. They're good at all sports. Better
Morgantown's
facilities.
cool.
Yeah, like that was a better fit to me, but that's besides the point. Over 5.5 for them.
I like that. JT Daniels can go off.
All right, Jake, what you got?
All right, so I've put enough eggs in the NC State basket, but hear me out. I know this is going to sound ridiculous. I got Vanderbilt over 2.5 wins.
Yeah, no,
it's funny because I've paired this with Vanderbilt under a half of a conference win. I have them not winning a conference game at all. Just listen to the schedule. There's the first 4 weeks. Hawaii, which is Saturday, which they're favored by almost 2 touchdowns. I think it might have moved a little bit. I got it.
It's like 8 right now.
Yeah. Elon, an FCS team, and Northern Illinois, who lost so much last year that they might be like a bad MAC team. Come on, Vanderbilt is still an SEC team. Surely to God, you can win those 3 games. And then they have Wake Forest, maybe without Sam Hartman. They're still not going to win that game, but they have a little bit of an edge in that, I guess, if you want to call it an edge. So I'm going to take Vandy. Vandy over 3 wins, or over 2.5, 2.5. And if they don't get it, I will cuss them up and down for the rest of my life, which I kind of already do anyways.
The funniest part of this, and I was telling somebody this the other day who was asking me about some of the futures I liked, and when you texted me that, I was like, I looked at the schedule and I'm like, the funny part about this bet, like you said, they're not winning a conference game, but this thing is dead in the first. It's either win or lose in the first month.
I'll know before. When is the September 17th? I'll know by September 17th if this is dead or not.
Yeah,
after that they play at Alabama, Mississippi, Ole Miss, us, at Missouri, which they're not going to win at Missouri, South Carolina, Kentucky, Florida, Tennessee. They're not winning any of those games.
None. Yeah, so this is dead or alive in the first month. That's why I love.
You might know Saturday night.
Oh yeah, if they lose, if they lose
Saturday,
one of those, it's already over.
If they lose either Hawaii, Elon, or NIU, is dead, which is awesome. That's what you live for right there.
I might just make this a tradition and start betting Vandy every year.
That's how you win money right there, bet Vandy. Jake, we'll do a snake draft. So you hit us with your under.
My under, I actually really like this one too. This is one that I've recently come on. Another team that plays Saturday. I have Northwestern under 4 wins. I think it's 4. I might check. It might be 4.5. So here's their schedule. They play Nebraska, which Nebraska should win that game. They play Duke. Duke's going to be awful, so that one's a toss-up. Southern Illinois, they should win that game. Miami, Ohio, who is a good MAC team, so that's a toss-up. And tell me where you hear a win on the rest of the schedule. At Penn State, Wisconsin at home, at Maryland, at Iowa, Ohio State, at Minnesota, at Purdue, Illinois at home.
Dang. Illinois at home, maybe, but that's it. Yeah,
that's 2 maybes. I don't see a win on the conference schedule. Illinois at least has a good defense.
Yeah.
Northwestern has nothing. They have that left tackle who's going to go in the first round. That's all they have. Tyler Helinski, our old friend from South Carolina, is actually their starting quarterback this year.
No way.
Yeah.
That dude's been all over the place.
They will beat Southern Illinois, maybe Duke, maybe Miami of Ohio. I don't see another win. I think under 4 wins is pretty safe.
I like it. I do not hate it at all. I'm taking Texas under 8.5. Everybody's on Texas, and I really like Texas's offense. I think they're going to be really good. The question was offensive line, and they just brought in like one of the best offensive line classes in the history of recruiting. But they're going to be freshmen this year. You know how freshmen is. Like they're going to play, and they just had somebody go down. It sounds like it's not for the year though, and he's going to play right tackle for them. But still, like lingering issues on the offensive line and already with no depth. I just think that I think they can win 8 games, and they could win 10 if everything clicks. But I think it's safe to say they're going to be about 8-4 this year. So I like the under 8.5 for Texas.
All right, for me, I got Florida under 7 wins. Look, I'm sticking to my SEC East rankings. I think they're going to finish 6th in the East. I don't think they're going to be good. I don't think Anthony Richardson is bad or anything, but I just do not think that he has the ability to take this team over 7 wins. I think at the worst, this pushes. I think they're going 6-6.
I don't hate that. I think 7-5 is best case scenario. I think it's a good season for them because if you look at their schedule, if they win 7 of those games, that's a pretty good season because their schedule's tough.
Well, that's what I was thinking too.
The thing about Florida is their starting 22 guys are actually pretty good, like probably second best in the East in terms of starting 22 guys. But the problem is their next 22 is Vandy level. That's the issue. The depth is just not there. And guys are going to go down. It's football. It sucks, but it happens. And when they have to start playing those backups, that's when it's going to get rough for Florida. In a perfect world, in a vacuum, they probably finish second in the East. But that's just not how football works. So I like it.
Griff, I hate to do this to you. Would you be upset to know that the team that has betted the over the most in Vegas this year for their season win total is South Carolina?
Wow.
Well,
and Minnesota. Wow. South Carolina and Minnesota are the two teams
terrible
news. Public money.
Vegas is losing money then because freaking South Carolina's winning 7 games. I'll tell you that.
I'll be pulling. I don't know if I'll be pulling for you. This is a competition, so
that is true. Yeah, screw them. But I'll keep looking for Northwestern on the site, but I can't find it to get their actual total.
I had them at 4. It might have moved.
Okay, we'll do 4. We'll leave it at 4.
I think at worst that's a push.
Yeah, for sure. What was Florida's, Griff? You said
7.
Under 7.
Under 7.
All right,
but
let's
I
get
did
to the
have,
week
hold
0
on.
pick.
I did have another one I wanted to share just because I saw this one. I was like, I think that's a pretty solid value. I'm not picking this. This is not one of my picks, just to be on the
Just for the
record.
folks.
But Purdue over 7.5 wins.
Oh, I'm all over Purdue over 7.5.
At plus 110.
If I didn't love my Vandy
like
so
that.
much, I'm all over Purdue because I think
They're
they're going to win
bringing
that
their
side of
QB
the
back. They're going to be good.
But
So.
they potentially
And for
have
that
the
same
second
reason,
best quarterback in
I
the
also
Big
have
Ten.
Wisconsin under 9 for that reason.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
That's too many
It's
wins.
plus
for Wisconsin.
110 too, so some
Teams-
value there.
Teams are a little bit better on that side. I mean, Nebraska could clip Wisconsin, like teams like that. So
I got
like that a
Indiana
lot.
under 4 as well. I think Indiana's going to have a bad season. Unfortunately, Tom Allen is going to get fired.
Yeah, seems like
I like Tom Allen a lot, but I
Good
think the
guy,
writing's
bad
on the
coach.
wall.
Yeah, I mean, I have quite a few, but we're just gonna.
Yeah, we'll be.
I'll
here
leave.
all day.
I'll
We're
leave it
talking
at that.
team
I'll leave it
totals.
at that. All right, let's go into the week 0 picks. I'm excited for these. This slate is horrendous, but it's awesome at the same time. So, Griff, kick us off with the first week 0 pick.
All right. Well, listen. So me and Cole, for the past couple of years, have had this system. All right, and the system is that when a team goes to Hawaii,
No, when a team flies over the Pacific Ocean.
when a team flies over the Pacific Ocean, you bet against them. You take the other team. No matter what, you take the other team because they just flew over the Pacific Ocean to get to that game. All right. So, and then if Hawaii is flying over the Pacific Ocean,
That's why I caveated that.
You
It's
take
not
the
just
other
who goes
team.
to Hawaii; it's who flies over the Pacific Ocean.
No, I know. I was going to go back the other way, but so I'm taking Hawaii plus 8 versus Vanderbilt as my pick. I can't bet against this system. It's been too successful.
Here's the caveat.
That's perfect. I want to win. I want to win this little thing that we got going on, so that's perfect. You go ahead. You take Hawaii.
Here is the caveat, though. The caveat to that is it works astronomically better in college basketball because the teams fly like 2 days before the game. Vandy left on Saturday.
I was going to say, Vandy's been there for like a week.
Yeah, so it's fun to do in football because it's the last game, and we did devise this system. But college basketball, it's like nails. It is nails in college basketball. So
It really is.
But football, it's fun to do. Griff taking.
Be serious for a second.
I'm sticking to it.
If Vanderbilt loses this game, I actually think they should be kicked out of the SEC.
100%. If you lose this game,
Hawaii literally just fired
in the middle of the
their
year.
whole coaching staff with like accusations of like abuse. Like they had a new coach like 3 months ago. They're a bad Mountain West team. They're probably the worst team in the Mountain West, and you can't beat them. Like, yeah, I understand you have to go to Hawaii. If you lose this game, I really think you should be kicked out.
They're playing a high school stadium, and
Hawaii
returns like a lower percentage of production than any team in the last 25 years or something.
Yeah, if they lose, they should be kicked out of the SEC.
Yeah, it's bad.
All right, my pick is, and this was one that I think you can get on early, and I like it a lot. I'm taking Illinois minus 11 for a reason that I've kind of dug up a little bit, and I think I'm onto something. This could blow up in my face. Wyoming was a really, really good team last year, but this is the problem with the transfer portal is it's going to suck those teams dry. Not only did they lose some really good players to the NFL like Chad Muma, second-round linebacker, but they got absolutely hounded by the transfer portal. So this is kind of one of those things where Vegas doesn't really know what to expect. They lost everybody. They were a good team last year, so you don't want to give them too many points. But I think they're going to be really, really bad this year. And I think Illinois, like you said, they have a decent defense. They can't really score, but on Wyoming, they'll probably be able to score, at least run the ball on them. So I like Illinois minus 11. Shout out to my boy Schnelly.
Yeah. No,
yeah,
I heard someone make that exact argument, and it made me take Illinois. I also took them minus 11. So
I don't know if we can share picks. Are we going to make that?
Yeah, you can do it. You can share picks.
I'm taking Illinois minus 11 as well. Their running backs really got Cam Brown. I think not Cam Brown.
He's not bad.
Yeah, he's probably going to be like second or third team all Big Ten.
And they wouldn't run him last year because I live with Nick Schnell. He's a big Illinois fan. We watch their games, and they would not run him. He would get like 7 carries a game. I'm like, this is your best player, bro. Put him in the game.
Fun fact: quarterback still hanging around. Tommy DeVito from Syracuse. I thought he was out of college football like 10 years ago.
Bad.
He's like the Martinez. He's like the Martinez brothers. You just can't get rid of him. But yeah, Tommy DeVito, solid quarterback. I mean, I like Brett Bielema. I think he's kind of a goofball, but I think he is a decent coach.
Yeah.
They should be able to handle Wyoming at least by 11 points.
Got to. All right, what's your next pick, Jake?
This is going to be. I got so many eggs in the Vandy basket, man.
Do it. Go head to head.
No, I'm going to go Northwestern Nebraska under 50.
Okay.
I like that.
Games in Ireland. Northwestern has a bad offense. Sure. Why not? I don't know.
I like it.
I got so many eggs in the Vandy basket. I figured I'd mix it up.
I might ride that one. My next pick, and for the same reason that I just talked about, Nevada was really good last year. Lost their quarterback. Lost a lot of guys in the transfer portal. They are a road favorite by 9 to New Mexico State. So I'm taking the points with New Mexico State at home plus 9.
That was my other pick that I had on the list.
Yeah.
New Mexico State is bad, though.
Yeah,
New Mexico State is bad.
Yeah,
their win total this year is like
got
3.5.
Gutted. They got gutted.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm taking the home dog. They could lose the game by a touchdown, but I'm taking the home dog.
Yeah,
plus
I like that.
Give me 9 points.
My other one, I did take Illinois, but I'm not. That's not going to be my pick here.
That would be soft.
Yeah, that would be very soft. It's not going to be. I'm going to take Utah State versus UConn over 60.5. I'm not a guy who's going to come out here and tell you to take an under. Okay. And I want to watch this game for whatever reason that is. And so I'm going to bet on this, and I'm going to take
60.
over 60.5 points, and it's going to be electric when it hits.
You know what I'm going to do? On my site right now, it says 59, so I'm going to give you 59. I'm going to give you over 59.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be all over Northwestern under and Maryland overs this year. Maryland can't stop a damn nose.
No, they can't
this
stop
year.
anybody. Yeah, Tennessee too.
I do like Nebraska a little bit, though.
So the picks.
My only worry is that Nebraska is just going to blow the doors off of them like 55-0.
Well, I mean, everybody's like, I like Nebraska this year. I picked them to win the Big Ten West, but we do forget they won 3 games last year. Like, it ain't like there's some great.
The greatest
team.
3-9 team of all time. They're
laying
like 11-1.
Laying 13 points in Ireland. That's nuts. So I don't know. I don't know about that one. Here's the picks for the competition. Griff took South Carolina over 6 wins, Florida under 7 wins, Hawaii +8 against Vanderbilt, UConn, Utah State over 59. I have West Virginia over 5.5, Texas under 8.5. I put 8.4 down for some reason. Illinois -11, New Mexico State +9. Jake, Vandy over 2.5, the old 1 month bet. Northwestern under 4, Northwestern Nebraska under 50, and Illinois -11. So those are the picks. Competition starts. It's going to be exciting. But
next week we'll have more picks. I mean, like, how many picks are we going to do in a week? Like, are we going to have a number?
We'll do a favorite underdog over under, something like that.
So we're going to do 3 each week.
4.
Oh,
an over and a under, I guess.
Oh, got you.
All right. So Griff has been teasing the fans on Twitter all week with some of the best UGA moments of all time. People are loving it, obviously. I've loved going back and watching the videos. So as a podcast, we are going to assemble the top 10 UGA moments since around 2000, since we've been alive. Probably more like 2005 and on, I would say. That's kind of what we remember. But we could go back a little bit and throw some in there. But we're not doing each of our own. We're building this as a podcast. We're going to create some discussion, maybe some arguments. So the top 10. I think 1 is pretty much set in stone.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Can we all agree on that?
That's easy.
The national championship was the pinnacle of our fandom. Probably always will be, unless something crazy happens. But that was just special, obviously, for obvious reasons. We don't even have to talk about it that much because it is. And this is where stuff might go haywire. Number 2. What y'all got?
Rose Bowl.
Yeah,
that's what I have as well. Okay.
Maybe not. Maybe number 3.
1, 2 is chalk. 1, 2 is chalk. The Rose Bowl, yeah.
Honestly, I think 3 is going to be kind of chalk too.
Nah, not
unless you have something that I don't.
I have something else. I know I do. But for me, the Rose Bowl, and this is a hot nobody will ever admit this. Okay, and you're going to see a theme on my list, and it's going to make sense. But 2017 season is never going to be top for me because that was when it was like we came out kind of out of nowhere a little bit. Like we had the good recruiting class, but then it was just like we just flipped the switch. winning that game in Pasadena was the pinnacle of my Georgia fandom. It was unbelievable. That game was a roller coaster. If it wasn't for the end result that year, to me, just game to game, the Rose Bowl would be number one. But because of what the Natty did, it's number one.
Obviously.
I
do think the 2017 Rose Bowl, I'm biased. I think that's the greatest college football game ever.
Dude, it was.
I think if you want somebody to be a college football fan, you show them that game.
That emotion was just. Did you go back and watch the players on the field? Like Oklahoma had Baker Mayfield, Mark Andrews, CeeDee Lamb, Marquise Brown. Like they were loaded.
Loaded.
What's the running back went to Ohio State?
Kennedy Brooks was one of the running backs, and Trace Herman.
Trace Herman.
Yeah.
All right, number 3. And I know I have something different, so y'all go first.
Orange Bowl.
I have 2017 SEC championship game.
That was on my list, but I do have the Orange Bowl ahead of it.
I actually have the 05 SEC championship personally because that was that was my first year like really being cognizant, and I was at that game, and it was just it was awesome. It was sick. So we had a little stalemate here. I have Auburn rematch 2017 at number 4.
That was my next one.
At number 4. So are we good to slide that in there, Jake, at number 3?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Yeah, that was, like I said, 2017 was unbelievable, but that game was just there was so much stress built up. Yeah, and I was at the Auburn game where they just smacked us, and so it was just
we both were.
Nothing was fun about it. So winning that game was just like so much relief. Like you could watch the next game because you knew like you were seeing who you were going to play in the playoff, which was like the best feeling ever, knowing that when that selection show came up, Georgia was going to be on it. That's a feeling you can't really beat.
For some reason, though, when I was watching the selection show, I was like nervous. I was like, "Oh my god!" Like
I was nervous this past year.
I was like, I don't know why, but
I'm always nervous. But yeah, we were in that year for sure. That was sick, though. That was sick. Alabama shouldn't have been in. Screw them.
No, they actually shouldn't have. That was ridiculous. But whatever.
All right, number 4, and you already said the Orange Bowl, Jake. Griff, what was your number 4 listed?
Number 4, I had Georgia versus LSU 2013.
Okay, so we're at a little bit of a stalemate here.
I can jive for that. Which one do you got, Cole?
That was a good one. Well, I still have the 05 SC shit lingering around. But
the 05 SEC championship, like you went to the game, so I feel like that's got like a bigger like.
That was the last time we won the SEC before 2017.
Yeah, I know, but I don't remember much about that game. Like I remember DJ Shockley, but
we absolutely blew out LSU.
Yeah, I know.
Going to the Natty.
Yeah, I know. Like I know about it. Like I'm just saying I don't remember it, like my experience with it.
If we don't drop a game to Auburn, we win the national championship that year.
Same thing in 2002.
So yeah, I can slide it down for sure, but it's definitely up there for me. So what do we have here? The Orange Bowl or what'd you say, Griff? LSU
Georgia LSU 2013.
That's up there for me too because I was there. But I think the Orange Bowl here. The Orange Bowl was the most stress-free Georgia game I've ever witnessed in my entire life.
Leading up to it, I was leading up to that game, I was sweating. I thought I was going to throw up all day.
I was just expecting a slugfest, a defensive slugfest, and I thought we were primed to win any defensive slugfest that we were in. So I felt pretty good about it, but then we just came out and scored at will on them. They couldn't run the ball. Like, everything about it was just beautiful. So I like it. Let's slide the Orange Bowl in at 4. All right, number 5. Griff, you mentioned LSU 2013. I have Notre Dame 17.
I had Notre Dame 17 as well here.
That was the game where it was like, okay, we're legit. Like, we've arrived. You know, like, we're not going to lose these big games anymore. And Kirby kind of announced his presence going into Notre Dame with a freshman quarterback on a good team. Notre Dame was good that year. And we pulled one out with 19-17, something. Just some sick
It probably won't make the list, but Notre Dame.
It was 2017
in Athens was
20-19. 20-19.
Yeah, that was 19. Yeah.
You know what though, Jake? That game kind of sucked. Like
it did suck, but I was here. It was
we
before
played
I got
like
into
garbage.
Yeah, had a lot of fun.
The game, the atmosphere was the best, but that game was trash.
Really was.
Well, let's slide Notre Dame 17 in here. Number 6, I can job with LSU 2013.
Yeah, me too.
That game, like we've talked about on here before, there's not many shootouts in Sanford Stadium, and that was one of them. And it was just like I said, players all over the field, professional athletes just going nuts, and it was a thing to see. And that one of the loudest I've heard that stadium for sure. In my
It was
life.
just like all the emotion of that game too. Like,
yeah, with Mettenberger.
dude, and Mark Rick like literally breaking down on national television. God bless everyone in this stadium. Like that was just, dude, that fired me up. I still go back and watch that video. And there's this other video on YouTube. I send it to Cole every now and then just to, have him rewatch it. But it's called Larry Munson, like Cloud9 Bulldog Heaven or something like that. And it's basically Lauren Smith writing a letter to Larry Munson about the LSU game. And, dude, that video will make you tear up every time. Every Georgia fan should go watch that video. It's awesome.
It is sick. Absolutely. All right. Number 7. What y'all got?
I got 2 Florida games back-to-back.
I'm glad you said that because that's kind of what I was thinking. I didn't know if I was.
And I don't know which one to pick.
I kind of like running for 250 yards.
What year was that?
20s. That might have been 18, maybe.
Yeah,
I can't remember. It was actually because I think that was Jim McElwain. That might have been
2018 is not the one that I have. I have 2 other ones. I have 2007 and 2012.
I think 2021, just because I was there and those bums were out of there by halftime, and
that was
I got to wave goodbye to all of them. That was a lot of fun.
I think in terms of top 10 UGA moments, 2007 for sure. Yeah. Like they were better than us. They were just plain and simple. They were fighting for a spot in the national championship, and no Sean went wild. Stafford was throwing darts. We rushed the field. I was at that one too, so it's pretty special. But yeah, that game was freaking nuts. I will pencil in Florida 2007.
2012 was awesome too, though. I think we were better than them, but they were ranked number 2 in the country that year when we played them.
That was Jarvis knocking out. That was Jarvis.
Yeah,
Jarvis forcing the fumble, right?
And the Malcolm Mitchell comeback route touchdown.
We were ranked high that year too. In 2007, we were barely ranked, and they were fighting for their lives, and we just.
2017 was fun too.
I think we were ranked 10th in that game.
2017 was awesome.
Everything about 2017. They kept getting penalties. They kept getting penalties in the red zone, and Dan Mullen was just losing his mind. He was on the field screaming like a maniac. That was so funny. I was at that game, of course.
I think it was the best part about 2019 was they had to call timeout. They had to call 2 timeouts in the first drive. You remember that? Dan Mullen had to pull 2 timeouts in the first drive. There's a lot. We'll just pencil in all the Florida games at number 7, but 2007 will be the highlight.
Anytime we've ever beat Florida.
That's Florida 2007 along with all the others.
I got a sneaky contender on this list, and it doesn't really have the same effect, but this is more of an atmosphere, like a feel type thing. Arkansas last year was kind of sick.
No, me too. I'm down to pencil that in.
Arkansas 100%. Last year was electric because, dude, that was a game. I know you've said this before, Cole, but that was the game last year where we were just like, all right, like that's it. No one is beating us in the regular season. Like
3 false starts on the first. 3 false starts
that
in a row
game
on the
was
first
awesome.
drive. Dude, and it was a noon game. Everybody was up. Like we were ready for that.
That was the
and
most
we had
nervous
like 2 tackles for loss on that first
too.
drive. They were on like the 1-yard line by the time that first drive ended.
Yeah.
That was probably the most nervous I've been for a regular season Georgia game in a long time. I don't know what it was about it. Like I thought Arkansas was legit contender. Like Sam Pittman, he just knows how to rally guys. So I'm like, dude, this is kind of scary. And then JT got announced injured, and everything about it was terrifying. And then we just wore them out. But I think the Auburn blackout has to go here.
Yeah,
Auburn blackout's got to be on there.
Yeah.
I think at number 8 we have to throw it. We can't let it fall too far down the list. And what's funny about that game is, and me and Griffin were talking about. Do you have the video uploaded here, Griff?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, here, I'll play it.
The funny part about this game was everybody talks like, "Oh, we blew Auburn out in that blackout. That was sick." Auburn had the lead in the third quarter. I mean, it wasn't really that much of a beatdown. But back then, that was kind of a beatdown for us because we didn't beat down anyone. So now looking back, it wasn't really a beatdown, but it is to us back then. But yeah, that atmosphere was nuts. I wish that's one of the games I didn't get to go to, but I would have loved to have been there.
I remember it was the day before the Super Bowl. This is the clip. I posted this clip on Twitter, and I was like, Stafford's bringing it home or something like that.
Yeah. There's that number 1 legacy right there. That's Marcus Rosenby-Jack saying. Matthew Stafford's underrated, man.
Matthew Stafford threw bombs. He just could throw it a mile.
man.
There were a lot of people in the comments asking, well, like, why Noshawn wasn't good in the NFL. Like, he had a pretty good career.
He had a really good career. He just kept getting hurt.
Yeah, like it wasn't like he was a bust. Like, I mean, he was on a Super Bowl team, right, with Peyton?
I believe so.
Yeah. I don't know. That might have been after his time. I don't remember, though.
If it was 1 year after. He was on that team that definitely went.
I don't remember.
But, yeah, that whole thing. What's crazy with Rick teasing the black and then coming out in black jerseys, that was like, people forget that was just off the wall. Like, no one had any hint that we were wearing black jerseys and they came running out.
I hope we get a repeat of that on Saturday. That would be fun.
I know. Somebody posted the cleats. You see that with the black cleats? So
yeah.
We'll see. I mean, we wore them the season opener 2 years ago at Arkansas.
Yeah. No, those are the whites.
The white. We wore the whites and we wore the black against Cincinnati. That's what it was.
And we wore the black against Mississippi State that year too.
Yeah.
I just want these though. Like, I don't want the one with the collar, like the new one. I want the old, like
with the
I want the throw. Yeah, I like these.
Yeah. No, Sean. I mean, like somebody said in the comments, we had Vern and Gary cranking the Soulja Boy in the studio this game. That's how electric it was.
Oh man!
All right, 9 and 10. What all? Throw out some ones that we have.
Some Clemson games.
Yeah, I had Clemson 2014.
Yeah, Tennessee 2017.
The hobnail boot.
Oh, dude, a hobnail boot. Like, I didn't put that one on my list just because it was 2002. Like, I have a T-shirt from this game. It was my dad's, and I took it from him because I love the hobnail boot call so much. And
it's when Tennessee was at their heyday. They'd won a national championship 2 years before that, 2 or 3 years before that.
Yeah, that shirt has like 50 holes in it, and so my mom literally had it like remade into another shirt so that I could still wear it. But I'm down for the hobnail boot. I just didn't want to put something like so early in I was literally like 3 years old.
So what we have here, we have Arkansas 2021, a Clemson game, the hobnail boot. What else are we missing? I have 05 SEC ship. But
let's put that. Yeah, let's go with that.
05 SEC ship should be on the list.
Yeah, it needs to be on the list.
He's my number 3. So
I don't think this is I don't think this should be on the list, but I feel like it should be brought up. Baylor was a pretty good one.
That was cool. That was a good Kirby made the point, like, hey, if you don't want to play, you're not going. Like, we're not losing another bowl game. And they came out and wore them out.
Another good one, and makes me think of T-shirts as well. I don't know. I get so many Georgia T-shirts, but you can't spell sugar without UGA. Sugar Bowl 2008 versus Hawaii.
Yeah, the Hawaii game was sick.
God, man, RIP Cole Brennan, by the way. That dude was a legend.
Yeah, I know. That does suck. But Hawaii didn't cover on his day, by the way. That was the sorriest moment in Hawaii history. They did not cover on Colt Brennan Day last year in the island. That's disgusting.
You can't do that.
Honestly, like let's. I'm not gonna take too much longer because we got to wrap up. But it would really be cool if Hawaii football was like back to like playing Sugar Bowls and stuff. That would be sick.
Yeah. You know who sucked when they were good, who I didn't like, was Boise State. Like, Hawaii was cool when they were good. Cincinnati's even kind of cool when they were good. Boise State, bro, everybody's just like, screw them.
They're kind of corny to me. The blue field, it's corny.
Yeah, like I didn't like Boise State being good at all. Definitely Hawaii much better. All right, so we're gonna have to really come together.
Black jerseys
on number 10.
People talk about the black jerseys. Remember those garbage jerseys we wore versus Boise State?
2010. We try not to remember that.
God.
We tried.
Hot take. I think people would have liked those a little more if they had actually won that game. But
yeah, that's probably true. That game was,
all right, yeah.
We started off so good and then just blew it.
So we got 05 SEC shit. I think 2014 Clemson should be on there.
I agree. Leaving the hobnail boot's going to hurt some old timers' feelings, but
we can't leave hobnail boot off. Hobnail boot.
Clemson 2014 was one of the best Sanford atmospheres there was.
The only thing is, I remember Clemson 2014. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
I didn't watch
too. That game was awesome. I also have on here Georgia Auburn 2014 because it was after the prayer from Jordan Hare.
Yeah.
We wore them out. I agree with Jay. I think Clemson 2014's got to go on here.
If somebody says anything, will it be okay? I don't remember David.
Let's just say since 05 because that's when we started. Like that's the first year I remember watching sports. I went to 3 games.
DJ Shockley is my first Georgia.
Todd Gurley that was his first in some games with DJ Shockley in it. So we'll just say since 05. I like that. Yeah.
So let's go. Let's go Clemson 2014. That game was sick. Gurley went. That was Chubb's first carry. Took it to the house with no shoe on.
Yeah.
A lot of cool things happened in that one. I thought we were winning the Natty after that one. I really, really did. I thought it was a wrap. Thought it was ours to win. But that's when we thought Hudson Mason was a dog. So,
Dang.
something
Hard to believe a certified Tennessee hating podcast didn't put the 41-0 on this top 10.
Well, it was fun, but
it didn't have a place on this list.
Tennessee hasn't risen to like the status of being important enough to be on this list. Let's be honest.
That's a fact. Yeah.
That is
So
true.
Tennessee fans, if you hear that,
Way better.
Well, am I going to put us beating Vanderbilt 52-0 on this list last year?
We covered the first quarter last year.
it was 35-0.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Tennessee fans, you're still not going to be worth putting on this list.
This is a heck of a list. So we have.
By the way, I need to squat on a few things here that we'll bring back up. I cannot wait. I am chomping at the bit to bet LSU at home against Tennessee because Tennessee's going to be favored.
Yes.
Go ahead. You can pencil that one in. And when they come to Athens and there's 87% public money on Tennessee or whatever, they have to make even more money.
Like Arkansas last year. Yeah, for sure. So our list finished as number 1, the Natty, number 2, the Rose Bowl, number 3, the Auburn rematch of 2017, 4, the Orange Bowl, 5, Notre Dame in South Bend, 6, LSU 2013, 7, Florida 2007, 8, Auburn Blackout, 9, 05 SEC Ship, 10, Clemson 2014. I think it's a solid list.
That's a great list. That's a great
list. We can ask people
Arkansas
what we left off. Yeah, we can ask people
first
what we left off.
And then
I knew the 17 was going to fill this list, bro. That year was we have 4.
I know when I made my list, I was like, dang, I have literally 4 2017
the magic just clicked that year, dude. It was special for sure.
It just came out of nowhere. We went 7-5 in the regular season the year before that. I mean,
well, you had Nick and Sony come back, just the whole some of the most loved UGA players ever.
And Bellamy and Carter too.
Carter. Yeah, for sure. So that's the show for today, folks. We appreciate you guys listening in. If, like we said, if you have any punishment for the picks, please put them down there. We'll pick one and we will do it. And we'll post these lists on Twitter. Tell us what we missed. But appreciate you guys listening in. Subscribe to the pod. Get in on the giveaway. And have a good week. It's football season, baby.
We got game talk next week.
Game talk next week.
Yeah.
Breaking down
Beat
Oregon.
the Ducks.
Let's do it. Have a good one.